Canada's going through one of the biggest population shifts we've seen in years, and most people have no idea what's actually causing it. Rents are exploding in some regions, jobs are drying up in others, and a few cities that looked stable even 2 years ago are now seeing record numbers of people packing up and leaving. And here's the thing, these trends don't stay isolated. If a nearby city starts losing people, or gets crushed by high housing costs, that pressure spreads. It affects your rent, your job market, your taxes, and even how competitive the housing market becomes in your own area. So in this video, I'm breaking down the top 5 Canadian cities that people are quietly moving away from right now, and more importantly, why it's happening. Not fear-mongering, not predictions pulled out of nowhere, just real, up-to-date data and the exact pressures that are reshaping where Canadians are deciding to live. If you live anywhere near these cities, or in a place with similar problems, this is information you genuinely want to hear. It can help you make smarter choices with your rent, your mortgage, your job situation, or even just how you prepare for the next few years. Let's get into it. Number 5, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Winnipeg doesn't usually show up first in these conversations, but the most recent population estimates and migration trends reveal something interesting: a slow, steady outflow to Alberta and Ontario. Not massive, but noticeable. And when you dig into it, the reasons line up. Housing is cheaper than most big cities, sure, but property taxes remain among the highest in the country, and combined with rising insurance premiums and maintenance costs, a lot of homeowners feel squeezed. Add in the long-standing struggle with infrastructure upkeep, potholes, commute delays, and aging public services, and you get a slow drip of residents deciding they can get more value elsewhere. For renters, the problem is different. Vacancy rates have tightened, rents have climbed, and older buildings haven't kept up with demand for more modern units. People aren't fleeing in panic, they're just gradually choosing easier options. Number 4, Halifax, Nova Scotia. This one surprises people, because Halifax boomed during the pandemic. But now the reversal is showing up. After years of fast growth, housing supply simply didn't keep pace. Rents shot up, wages didn't follow, and a lot of long-time locals felt pushed out of the very city they grew up in. And the situation hasn't fully corrected in 2025, vacancy rates are still extremely low, and landlords have the upper hand. Add to that the rising cost of groceries, transportation, and property taxes across Nova Scotia, and you've got a population that's starting to trickle westward again. Some aren't leaving the province entirely, they're just moving to cheaper towns, but the net effect is Halifax cooling off, not heating up. Number 3, Greater Toronto Area, Ontario. This one probably shocks nobody, but it's still important to break down why people are leaving, because it's not just, it's expensive. The latest TRRB numbers show a slowdown in sales and a buildup of listings, meaning more people are trying to unload properties, and fewer are able or willing to buy. On top of that, mortgage renewals are hitting homeowners with significantly higher payments than what they signed up for back in the ultra-low rate era. Even with Bank of Canada rate cuts beginning in 2025, the relief doesn't erase the fact that thousands of households are rolling into renewals that are hundreds, sometimes thousands, more per month. And renters feel it too, rent growth is still strong, and competition for anything remotely affordable remains intense. People aren't giving up on the GTA entirely, but many are finally saying, I can get a calmer, cheaper life elsewhere, and the interprovincial migration numbers back that up. Number 2, Vancouver and the Lower Mainland, British Columbia. If there's anywhere in Canada where affordability truly reaches a breaking point, it's here. Vancouver continues to sit at the top of national charts for the ratio between income and housing cost. Even with some cooling in sales and slight adjustments in pricing, the reality is the region remains unreachable for a huge percentage of residents. Mortgage renewals are hitting hard here too, and the cost of living equation, groceries, fuel, insurance, doesn't help. Rents remain among the highest in the country, with demand outstripping supply, especially around transit hubs. And with wildfires and extreme weather events popping up more frequently in the broader region, some families are choosing long-term stability over staying put. The outflow isn't dramatic, but it is consistent, and that's the key pattern. And finally, number 1, Calgary, Alberta. This might be the most surprising entry, because Alberta has been receiving massive inflows from across the country, especially from Ontario and BC, but here's the twist: Calgary itself is seeing a rising outflow within the province. People are moving to nearby communities or even smaller Alberta towns where housing is cheaper and property taxes are lower. Calgary's housing market, which exploded over the past few years, is now cooling off. Prices are still lower than in Toronto or Vancouver, but they climbed fast, and many first-time buyers have been priced out again. Rent has also risen sharply as population surged. Add in an evolving job market, with energy companies stabilizing rather than rapidly expanding, and you get a city where some residents feel the boom has passed its peak, at least for now, and are looking for more affordable lifestyles without leaving Alberta entirely. So what does all of this mean if you live in one of these cities? First, none of these places are doomed. People move for all kinds of reasons. And outflows don't automatically equal collapse. But it does mean you should stay aware of the trends shaping your local market. Pay attention to population changes, housing reports, and municipal updates, especially if you're planning a move, a renewal, or a major financial decision. Watch your local vacancy rates. Keep track of property tax proposals. Notice whether listings are sitting longer or selling faster. These little signals tell you a lot more than headline panic ever will. Second, stay realistic about your own situation. If rising rent or mortgage payments are stressing you out, you're not alone. Thousands of Canadians are in the same boat. Look into renewal options early, talk to your lender, and compare rates. Explore any provincial programs that might help with energy costs, property taxes, or home repairs. And if you're a renter, keep an eye on new buildings coming online. Sometimes availability jumps suddenly when a few major projects finish. And lastly, don't let the fear of trends push you into major decisions before you're ready. These population shifts happen slowly. Nothing here requires you to uproot your life. Just stay informed, stay aware of what's happening around you, and make decisions based on your own reality, not the headlines. Good luck, stay safe, and until next time on Maple Leaf Insider.